What's up, guys? Got invaded by slugs last night on my camp. That's a new one on me. But anyway, I'm awake. It's 7:38. I set my alarm clock for 6:30, but just could not wake up at that point. Just wasn't going to happen, so I got up about 15 minutes ago, I guess. Rinsed my face off in the river and put my coffee on my canister stove and get my camp packed up and have a little breakfast right down there on the shore, man. It's just so wet right here. And I see a few pieces of dry wood hanging up, though, I can get to cook my breakfast. But what a night. I mean, everything about this camp totally sucks. Except for the night's sleep I had, because I had a hammock. I had an awesome night's sleep. I just made me a little hole in the damn bushes here, basically. And was looking from the river and found two trees that were far enough apart where I could hang my hammock. Which surprisingly was kind of hard to do. Anyway, there's the river. There's my boat. And there is the steep ass, basically vertical bank I had to come up and down to get my shit set up. But there's enough of a beach down there. I think I'm going to be able to grab some of this dry wood. Have me a little fire down there this morning and cook me some breakfast. But anyway, cool. I'll get back with you when I get going here on the breakfast. Well, guys, here we go. Gonna shove off. That's where I camped, right up there. I don't have time to mess with no breakfast this morning. I got to get on down the river. I got a long ways to go today. So I'm gonna get on with it and try to get down to where I wanted to get to. I doubt I'll make it that far, but you know, like I said, I got the luxury of calling my wife and telling her which bridge to pick me up at. So, but I'm gonna try to go as far as I can. Got my worms out. Got my bobber hooked up on my rod. Still got my Rapala on this rod. I got me some night crawlers right there. So I'm gonna try to cover some ground and fish as best as I can on my way down. But jeez, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm ready for a shower. If the sun comes out and things get a little nicer, I may stop and do a little shore lunch. Show you a little camp cooking, so we'll see. Alright. Seen all kind of wildlife. Saw a bunch of beavers, bunch of muskrats. Even saw a raccoon swimming over in the edge of the water, poking his head in all the holes. I guess he was looking for clams. We got some mussels, you know, some native freshwater mussels, which I would not eat out of this river. It's too much farming, too many cow pastures. But boy, it's beautiful. I'm in a little flat stretch now. I'm having to paddle like crazy. Going through some bottomland farms. But just what a man, this is beautiful out here. If I weren't right beside the road, it'd be peaceful. But I am.
hungry yet. I'm gonna eat some breakfast or some brunch, some lunch, some shore lunch when I get hungry, but I haven't got hungry yet. I bet there's $1 million worth of broke down heavy equipment along this river. That's about the 10th old broken down dredge I've passed right up there on the bank. These damn people think they're gonna make some money and selling creek rock, and I'm sure they did. They're dredging canals across their pasture to try to control Mother Nature. Flood zone's a flood zone. Ain't nothing you can do about that shit. Doves. I have floated this river before. Me and my buddy Eric, he's crazy. He works for the Forest Service. He's a firefighter for the Forest Service up there in the Pisgah district. It was January the 1st, New Year's Day. 4 or 5 years ago, we decided we was going to get in the river, float down and shoot squirrels and doves and ducks, jump shoot ducks and shoot squirrels and doves out of the trees. And we got about halfway down to where we were going, and for some reason, I guess we were trying to hunt and not really paying attention. And these trees will lay all the way across this river, and sometimes you got to stop and portage around them, but most of the time you can just paddle right through the top of them. But anyway, we got fouled up and got sideways on a tree, and he leaned upstream, and ploosh, he went right in the water. It flipped the boat over. I was able to put my paddle down on top of the water this way, grab a limb this way, and roll the boat back up, but it was half full of water. And got off of the snag we were on. He was in the water and back in the boat in about a half a second. It was cold. And like I say, I was able to right the boat. Got him back in the boat, settled down. He lost his shotgun. I had mine tied on with a lanyard. He didn't have his tied on. He lost a nice 20 gauge, but single barrel. But anyway, we had him stop, get out, dump the boat out, build a fire. I had my propane stove, one of them old school propane stoves that used the 1 pound burner. We had to cook something. He was freezing to death. His lips was purple. He was This old river's mean. I done passed a lot of wrecked boats. It's not mean now, but it's mean after a storm. I was kind of worried about it yesterday, but it turned out to be just fine. Anyway, get down here somewhere where I want to eat me some lunch. I'll get back to you. Alright, well, ready for some shore lunch here. Bacon. Bacon. More bacon. Right. At the Wilson Road bridge here, there's several bridges over the river on Wilson Road, but this is at the Pisgah Forest Angler Access.
come a good long way this morning. I didn't fish, I just paddled. I was ready to get back in my neck of the woods. I just live a couple miles, right at maybe 3 miles over there. Ready to get back in my area. You know, you're going through there and you always think you're a lot further down the river than you actually are. But anyway, I know where I'm at now. I'm in my stomping ground now. So plenty of bacon there. Look around. Got a couple eggs. Basically, I'm going to fry that bacon down. And when it gets done, I'll dump them eggs in there. Turn my heat down and dump them eggs in there. Have me a bacon and egg casserole, omelet type thing. There's my boat. The river. Here's the bridge. I know you can hear the cars going across the bridge. But thinking I've come far enough and survived the storm. That was pretty much my motive for taking this trip here. Was to you know, basically I knew that the bad weather was coming, and you know, we've been having storms every evening. Just wanted to show a little storm preparedness and stick-to-itiveness. You know, it stormed. Gosh, guys, I mean, it stormed all afternoon. I didn't make any serious progress on the river, and it's hot. And I was where I camped last night. I was 1,000 yards from a bridge. I could have called the wife and had her come pick me up there, but you know, I just wanted to stick it out, and I ended up getting rained on a couple times last night, just little sprinkles. But my tarp and hammock setup kept me perfectly dry, kept my gear dry. So I'm kind of glad the way this trip turned out. Me and my buddy Eric are talking about taking a trip up to Virginia to the Holston River. Whew. Got into my tongue a little bit there. To the Holston River to do some serious smallmouth fishing on a serious smallmouth fishery, and hopefully we'll be able to take this same rig here. One thing is I carried too much. I carried several things that I didn't even use. Didn't even need, even in bad weather. I thought I was going to need. I brought 2 tarps and a poncho and a raincoat and rain pants. I didn't need all that. All I needed was my tarp, man. As long as you get out of that river, get that tarp up, get your stuff under it, and get comfortable, wait that storm out, you're just fine. So I didn't need all that other shit. So I learned that maybe I just carried a little too much because I had access to the boat and because I could, you know. But anyway, I'm going to eat me some breakfast. The landing's just right behind me there. I'm going to eat me some breakfast and call the wife here about noon, hang out here, maybe have a couple beers, maybe fish off the bank a little bit. Call the wife about noon and tell her, come on, pick me up, take me back to my truck. So, man, I've enjoyed this. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do one on some rivers where I grew up down south, where I know I can catch a bunch of fish for you. And I'm going to do one, we're going to do that Holston trip into the summer. We're on into the summer. And so we'll get some good fishing trips this summer. And just, you know, anything to pass the time till deer season. But cool, man. I'm glad y'all came with me. Hope you enjoyed this little video. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.